Hello, welcome to episode 7 of Christian Meditative Yoga. I'm Julia.
And I'm Boo.
And this is the day the Lord has made.
And I will rejoice and be glad in it.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And we thank you for tuning in. Our particular item today that we're working on is side-to-side balancing. Side-to-side balancing. Boo has a scripture to read about that sort of a subject.
Isaiah 40:12. Who has measured the waters in the hollow of their hand, and measured out heaven with distance spanned, and calculated the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in scales and the hills in the balance?
I love that one. Where did that come from?
Isaiah 40:12.
Isaiah 40:12. Now, what we're going to go to is the mountain pose right now, okay? Which, if you remember, is feet about shoulder width apart and arms to the side. Good straight stance, good posture. Pull your head up from the back a little bit and try to stand up straight and holding your stomach. And if you would, this time I'm going to ask you to set your feet with your toes pointing outward, because it puts less of a strain on your knees with what we're doing. This is the best balance exercise I've ever found for your balance. And that is to put your arms out like this. Your hands are up. And as you sway from side to side, you're going to put your hands down and back up with each sway. Okay? So let's go and sway and over to the next side, other side, and just sway back and forth several times. For some reason, this is a great balance exercise. Okay, now if you put your hands down to your side again, that pulled on the knees. Now, if you have knee problems, you may not want to do that particular one, but we have the hip one, where your knees are not locked. Wiggle a little bit and get everything out. Okay, and now this is the hips. We're going to do our hips back and forth like that, okay, with the hands out. Here we go. 1, 2, hips. Stick your hips out and turn your hands over at the same time. This is a great balance exercise that relieves a lot of pressure that's on your joints, in your legs, in your hips. Helps to kind of limber you up. And now we are going to do some exercises with our hands that help with balance. And that's still in the mountain pose. And make sure your knees are not locked. Do not lock your knees or your hips. Wiggle a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go forefinger and thumb together in the front and breathe. And then as you breathe again, put it behind you, thumb and forefinger. And if you feel like wiggling while you're doing it, that's fine too. Okay? Let's do it 3 or 4 times. And sometimes it's hard to reach the ones in the back to get it right. That's part of the balance thing, is giving you spatial coordination. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to put our palms together. Now, if you can't get your palms all the way together in the back, you can just touch your fingertips or put your hands together interlocking. But first of all, let's put them together in the front, down, okay? And then back. Front, back. It's okay to lean around a little bit to get it done. Don't lock those knees. This is a little bit harder. And if you really want to, you can do it feels good to do the hip and that together. It's kind of like a dance. All right, and now we're going to go up in a hand in a prayer pose. Now, this is something else. When you go to the back with this, obviously, it's really hard to do, to go to the back and do a prayer pose. So,
But Boo can.
Tell us about your ability.
Ever since I was very young, I've always been double or triple jointed. I've even had people twist my arm and ask me, why aren't you screaming yet? And that's just part of the story.
Do your motion.
I'll do my thing. I'll show
Turn around.
you what I can do.
That's the hands together in the back. And I have a hard time doing that myself because I kind of have to put my hands together like this first before I can move them around to get them up. So that is a hard thing to do. If you can do it, you probably are somewhat double jointed. Now, what we're going to do now is to stand in mountain pose, and you can lift your legs a little bit, shake it out a bit. Do not ever just stand there like that. You got to keep moving a little bit. Okay, now we are going to do wrapping of the forearms around our waistline and turning slightly. And we'll put one hand around that way. Now the back hand is going to go backhanded, okay, so that your palm is facing up on your back, just like that. And then you want to rock the mountain with it. And then you could turn the way of the front with your front arm. Turn the way your front arm's going. Twist a little bit. That's a good little twist. Or you can feel that pinch and inch when you do that. Okay, now let's put hands down to the side and go to the other, wrap the other hand, and the other palm is palm outward behind you. And then you can go on and rock the mountain, lifting your feet off the ground. Of course, it's fine to do. And be sure and turn a little bit. You got a little twist there. You can feel that inch you can pinch that we probably all need to get rid of. Okay, there you go. And that is wrapping the forearms. That is another really good balance thing. And as you do it, if you push, really push with your arms and with your body against your arms, you're working on your core, the part in the middle that gives you all the strength. So if you do it and you push, it really helps. And that was where I was going to with it, the core pull together. That's part of your core pull together, is to push from the inside and the outside all at the same time. You're going to feel it pushing some muscles maybe you're not even aware of, okay? Now the other one that I love, and you're standing here, is you're going to pull your leg over to this leg and leg over to this leg, and pull your arms like this in the front where you touch your elbows if you can. If not, just do the best you can. Okay, so we're going to go pull and pull everything together. You got to put your leg together. You got to put your leg together and pull everything. Okay, step over and pull the other way. Pull, ooh, and pull that stomach and everything in. And one more time, pull. This enables you to stand on one leg. This is a great exercise. I love it. You're making a fist with your hand and you're pulling everything together. All the way down, everything. And that is your core pull together. Now, we're going to do our prayer pose right now as we turn and enjoy a little partner yoga here. This is something means you could get with a friend and do this.
Or a family member.
And step a little closer. Yeah, a family member or a friend. Okay, now we're going to pull our hands apart like this. And I'm going to read the scripture. Then there were two thieves crucified with him, one on the right hand and another on the left. That's from Matthew 27:38. Now, Christy, Boo, and I are going to push with our hands. Okay? Step back just a tibbly-tad. And then we're going to lift our leg up. Woo-hoo-hoo! You got to really push it on each other to do this. Okay? And really push. Okay? Now we're going to turn around backwards, back to back. Really back to back, literally. And we're going to pull our hands together, clasp our hands together in the middle, and you push from your back. Push on each other. And you can lift your leg if you can. Lift the leg as you're doing it. Can you lift a leg, Boo? There you go. All right. It is a good exercise, a really good one. All righty. And now, put palms down and push. Push everything together. Both of you push like you're pushing against a wall. There you go. Oh, Boo, you can push hard. Okay. And that is going to end our episode 7 of Christian Meditative Yoga about side-to-side balance, working on that core, and being able to move from side to side easily. And we do want to say a prayer for everyone who's watching, for families and friends. And then we want to shake it out a bit. And we want to say our cheer call. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Thank you for watching. Have a great day today and every day. Best to you.